Touchpad assembly installation. The touchpad assembly for the Engle 300 series dental chair is designed to position the chair and recall pre-programmed positions using the manual, pre-position, and patient exit buttons. Touchpad assemblies may be installed on the E300 auto control delivery unit head, left or right sides of the Engle 300 series dental chair, and other surfaces using the remote bracket. Installing the touchpad assembly. For installation on the left or right side of the chair, disengage the swivel brake by shifting the brake lever to the right, then rotate the chair to the left until it reaches the end of travel. Engage the swivel brake by shifting the brake lever to the center. Tilt the chair backrest down until it reaches the end of its travel by pressing the directional arrow button on an existing touchpad assembly, foot control, or by pressing and holding the S2 and S3 buttons located on the chair's printed circuit board at the same time. Raise the chair base until it reaches the end of its travel by pressing the directional arrow buttons on an existing touchpad assembly, foot control, or by pressing and holding the S1 button located on the chair's printed circuit board. Locate the touchpad cable that corresponds to the side of the chair you've chosen for installation under the seat pan and uncoil the cable. Using a 1/16 inch hex wrench, dismount the touchpad top plate from the bottom plate by backing out the 4 button head screws. Route the opened end of the touchpad cable through the touchpad tube mount and bottom plate. Locate the 2 touchpad mounting holes on the underside of either the right or left backrest mounts. Using a 3/16 inch hex wrench, mount the touchpad tube mount and bottom plate to the chair by screwing the 2 socket cap screws into the mounting holes through the chair touchpad clamp with the touchpad tube mount between the clamp and backrest mount. Connect the touchpad cable to the PCB port mounted on the touchpad top plate. Remount the touchpad top plate to the bottom plate. Adjust the touchpad assembly's angle by slightly backing off the socket cap screws that secure the clamp to the backrest mount, then retightening once the desired angle is achieved. For installation on the E300 auto control delivery unit head, switch the master on-off toggle switch to the off position on the delivery unit. Open the lid of the delivery unit. Remove the tray and move the swivel tray assembly so it clears the auto control top plate. Turn the 2 access nuts located on the bottom of the delivery unit until the top plate is free. Access nuts are secured via E-rings so they will not fall out of the delivery unit when loose. Carefully remove the top plate by lifting from the back edge. If installed, remove the painted plug on the right side plate. Locate the touchpad cable in the unit head included in the delivery unit umbilical. Connect the coupler to the touchpad cable from the umbilical, then connect the 6-inch touchpad cable to the other end of the coupler. Slide the lock nuts over the open end of the 6-inch cable first, then slide one of the plastic washers over the open end of the 6-inch cable. Using a 1/16 inch hex wrench, dismount the touchpad top plate from the touchpad bottom plate by backing out the 4 button head screws. Slide the plastic washer over the threaded end of the swivel pin. Pull the open end of the 6-inch touchpad cable through the plug hole on the right side plate and through the swivel pin. Mount the touchpad bottom plate to the unit head by pushing the swivel pin through the side plate plug hole. Secure the touchpad bottom plate to the side plate by threading 1 washer onto the swivel pin. Tighten the first nut on the swivel pin, then tighten the lock nut against the first nut. Connect the cable to the touchpad PCB port installed on the touchpad top plate. Remount the touchpad top plate to the bottom plate. To complete installation for both chair and unit mount touchpad assemblies, remove the pump cover installed on the base of the chair by slightly backing off the 2 button head screws using a 1/8 inch hex wrench, then carefully lifting the cover up and out. Connect the touchpad cable that corresponds to the location the touchpad assembly was installed to any port on the chair's PCB. Test the functionality of the touchpad assembly by positioning the chair using the arrow buttons and assigning pre-positions using the 0 and P1 through P5 buttons. If the touchpad assembly functions properly, mount the pump cover back onto the chair base. If the touchpad assembly is mounted to the E300 delivery unit, secure the top plate back to the unit head.